Okay, so today I am going to be lifting my roots. As you can see, they are dark, and I'm going to be lifting my roots with the Revlon. Okay, Revlon Honey Blonde. Now the color I have on my head, which I feel hasn't lasted long enough, was this. Okay, I'm not sure why it didn't. For me, it hasn't stayed long enough, but it's also like a warm red, a red with a brown. So for me, it wasn't vibrant enough, and it probably wasn't vibrant enough because my roots are very dark. But what I liked about this product was the fact that it lightened my roots. As you can see, this side is much lighter than the middle because I had applied it there first because I really wanted to make sure that at least some of this color would get into the will help, will lighten it, and it did. It did lighten so many parts, but I think there's new growth and all that kind of stuff. So I figured, well, I liked the Revlon. I liked the fact it wasn't toxic smelling, and it was almost not odorless, but it had a nice fragrance. It didn't feel like I was inhaling fumes, wasn't noxious and stuff like that. Plus, I liked the fact it was such a simple process. You pour the color into the developer, and then you shake it or whatever, and you applied it. It wasn't runny. It supposedly has this new gel technology, it says, and I applied it, and it lightened, it colored my hair pretty quickly within those 45 or 30 minutes that they recommended. I think I may have had it on a little longer, but I thought it lightened very quickly. So I thought, you know what? Since it seems like a gentler, easier, faster process, I'm always looking to avoid bleaching my hair. I'd rather use a color that lifts it to a lighter color, like a blonde, a brown, a light brown, a honey blonde, something like that. And I thought, why don't I just go and get the blonde and then and use it to lift my roots and see how well it lifts it. At least it'll be a little lighter, and then I will apply a red. This red was a little too warm for me, and it actually shows you the different hues, depending on how light your hair is. And mine wasn't. Well, I'm moving away from the roots. My ends were kind of lighter, a red, a sort of red, like a yellowy orangey red. And so I figured those bits will get red. But you will see in the photos that I have how red it was. And then it didn't really last long because I did this like around July 23rd. It's now August, almost August. It's August 17th. It's not even a month, and I haven't even washed it. And I feel that it's but this kind of color is good for people who are not really adventurous and who don't want anything that's going to cause attention or create a stay. I don't either, but I like my vibrant reds. I like reds with pink in it. I like louder reds, not the too warm notes. I usually use a warm note if my hair is very orangey red, then I will tone it down. This was a little dark for me, but I think it's still a great color. It's still an option. It's still something I will use. I think I'm going to try it again, but when I totally lighten my roots. This time around, I'm going to use another red. But this is what I'm going to do right now. Get my roots lifted to like a lightish brown, not blonde or honey blonde, but just, and then after that, I am going to do a green clay mask on my hair to just condition it in some way or form. I just want to do it on the blonde because I don't want my red discolored for any reason, turn green or whatever. Some of these clays do that. So after lifting my roots, I'm going to apply a mask. That will be a separate video. So if you want to watch that, go ahead. But this is what my hair looks like now. I'll have pictures of what my hair looked like when I first did the vivid red, and then I will show you, what it looks like after I do that. I will also film the process, and hopefully it turns out okay. So I'll see you soon. am back and ready to process. What I'm doing is I'm just wearing an old t-shirt. This is another old t-shirt, and which I've used for coloring my hair for years. I told you that the previous box came with the gloves that they include in their packaging. They're very good. They're reusable. So I'm going to use the same ones from the previous box and preserve the other ones for future, for other box colors that I use that I don't like their gloves, or I don't have gloves available. So I have the color, what do they call it? Color and the developer. I have my sunflower oil. I have their conditioner. I have my clips for my hair, just to separate it. And I also try and be, and my conditioning cap, just a regular shower cap I use. And then I sometimes put a cape over, just and not the right way around, the other way around. This cape came with one of the box colors. There's some box colors where they really give you supplies. Excuse me. They make sure they give you enough, everything that you need. Excuse me. I think I might just use this clip in here. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to make sure that this protects my clothing. Excuse me. And then this keeps this down. I want to put it where it's overlapping so that I don't have to keep, and the clip is not okay. So this is it. So what I'm going to do, as per instruction, take the developer. I need to cut it. Okay, I need to cut it. Let me come back. So I'm going to put the developer in here, the color in the developer. And this is the color, right? 90 Honey Blonde. Sort of like a crimson pinky kind of translucent product. Like my dad said, every drop counts, so every drop I put in there. Close. I put everything back in the box, and then I threw it away. I discarded it. Okay, since there's still some space in there, I'm going to put my sunflower oil. Ooh, of course it spilled. Oops. Okay. And now I'm going to close it. I filled it to the brim. Not on purpose. Not on purpose. And then they tell you to shake. I'm going to cut the nib, because you need to know that this nib, as this thing is processing, it will explode. So before you take it, I always snip it off, which they advise you to do, and then shake it and keep your finger depressed over there, else the product will just come spilling out, just spurting out. So let me move my glasses away. No, I shouldn't have mixed it the way I did. Like, I should have waited, and it's processing. It's getting hot in here. So I think, yeah, it was almost about to explode. What I'm going to do is try and use a tail comb to mix my product, because I filled it to the brim because of the sunflower oil, which you're not supposed to do, but I do. And trust me, I didn't do those things just overnight. Usually I try those things because you never know if that's going to cause a chemical explosion. You never know, you know. If you're not an organic chemist or whatever they're called, a cosmetic chemist, don't go. So I'm just going to mix this a little more. Oops. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is mix it. I'm mixing it in this way so that my product, as it spills, I can just ensure that it's mixed properly. Because it was too full. Too full. So I'm mixing it this way. Don't do this. Don't do this. I'm drinking coffee. Yes, I drink my coffee with a straw. And I'm going to mix it a little more. Ooh. And then I'm going to apply. Okay? So I just think I need a little.